Hello, everyone. I am Will, and welcome back to my playthrough of Elden Ring. Last we left off, we did the Specimen Storehouse alternate path, kind of what I like to call it. It's like the secondary path through the Specimen Storehouse. I think we actually started here at the Specimen Storehouse back section. And the way to get to this one is to go through the church district here. I want to say it's over here. Yeah, so you go through this little cathedral here. There's this little path here. I'll take the elevator up to the back section here. Mm-hmm. Yep, so we started at the back section, fought our way through some fire knights, some shadow people, scholars probably, because they're here. Looked like they were like older people with the beards that were like checking out the books and whatnot. But so, fought through some fire knights, some shadow people. Picked up a Carian thrusting shield. It's a very good weapon to have in the right hands. You can see the special thing about thrusting shields is that they're shields that act more like a weapon. You're able to attack and defend at the same time. So it's actually, I'm trying to think what a good. I mean, I don't really use them myself because, I mean, if I'm going to attack, I'm going to use a weapon. Get some more power out of it. But I'm trying to think probably against NPCs might be a good thing to use it against. I don't know. I haven't really used it, so haven't really thought about situations where it's good in. Well, excels at anyway. I mean, it's good in any situation. I'm just can't think of any that highlight its bonuses. Although it's probably just pretty good in general, I would say. But anyway, picked up the Carian thrusting shield, and we also grabbed the Fire Serpent incantation. It's one of the Messmer's incantations that the Fire Knights came up with in order to show their loyalty to Messmer the Impaler. So, it's actually the same incantation the Fire Knights use against us, where they kind of like throw out a fireball, it hovers up, and then it projectiles towards us. So that's Fire Serpent. I'll probably use it not this episode because they're still fighting Fire Knights, and they're pretty resistant to fire. Although shadow people, rather just use the twin blade to take care of them. Yeah, and Messmer is also pretty resistant to fire, so not this episode, but we'll probably use it eventually. So picked up the Fire Serpent, and then we made our way up to the very top, tippy top, where the rafters are. There we took care of some bats, and then we got knocked off the ledge by another Fire Knight who used the incantation Wrath from Afar to knock us off. Yeah, I kind of expected that to happen at least once, because that particular Fire Knight is a real pain in the butt to deal with. But when we came back, we fought him, took care of him. Little touch and go here and there because I thought I was going to roll off the ledge. But luckily we didn't, so. Cleared out the rafters of the bats and the Fire Knight. Grabbed the incantation Wrath from Afar. I actually might put that on here. I don't know. I'll think about it. But then we grabbed the Spirit Summon Fire Knight Hilda. Our very own Fire Knight. Though I should probably upgrade her. I should have upgraded her between episodes, but I don't know. I'll probably use her eventually. Actually, probably next episode. Might try it against the Falling Star Beast, because I know they're weaker to elemental damages, and having a Fire Knight's pretty good. Pretty good source of elemental damage. So we might use that then. But anyway, so we picked up the Spirit Ash, made our way. I'm trying to think what else we got grabbing the Storehouse. Not much else. There was some upgraded materials, some crafting materials. And then we found the elevator that took us all the way down here to the back gate, where we picked up another shadow tree fragment here in this like little prayer room of sorts. Yep. And then we used the "Oh Mother" gesture to open up the secret passage into the hinterlands. Yep, the hinterlands. I attacked the Grace, but I didn't actually do anything, because this will be for its own little episode. Probably next episode, but we'll see. Yep. And then we came back, and we took on Commander Gaius, who went down a lot easier than I anticipated. Yeah, because we changed. Well, I changed out the twin blade for the Fire Knight Greatsword, a sacred infused Fire Knight Greatsword, because Commander Gaius was weak to Holy, because he is an Albinoric, and they're weak to Holy. So the Fire Knight Greatsword with a Holy infusion or sacred infusion spits out a ton of Holy damage. I think we were doing like 1,000 a swing, at least 1,000 a swing. Yep. And we used the Ash of War Vow of the Indomitable in order to deal with his little annoying charge. So, trying to think of what else. Yep. Commander Gaius. Well, Vow of the Indomitable to take care of his charge, and then we also used our standard Karian Retaliation to take care of his, magic missile during his second phase. So we kind of like took care of two of his more annoying attacks. Yep. We also used the Vow of Indomitable to kind of like dodge his little what's it called? His little like gravity slam attack. Usually he does it at the start of phase 2 once he powers up. He'll kind of launch into the air, kind of twirl around, and like screw. Well, trying to find the right words. He'll kind of like corkscrew. I won't say corkscrew, but he'll like. I can't find the right word. Well, he'll twirl around in the air, and then he'll slam down with his magic attack. Use Vow of the Indomitable to just kind of bypass that as well. I mean, why learn the dodge times when you just press a button? I mean, it does cost 20 FP per use, so you can only do that so many times. But with our sacred great sword, man, we took care of him pretty quickly. Then we got his remembrance, and then we moved on. Took care of his girlfriend, who dropped his pants for us. Wink, wink, hint, hint. Or we grabbed the precision talisman, and then we continued on, and then we went to the Shadow Tree Chalice, which had 5 Shadow Tree fragments right at its feet. Yep. And that was it. Yep. Between episodes, I didn't really do anything. I upgraded our shadow. We used all the fragments we got last episode to upgrade our shadow blessings to plus 14. So we got two more levels of the shadow tree blessing just from the shadow tree fragments we gathered last episode. There was 1 in the storehouse we grabbed in the alternate path, and those 5 that were at the chalice. So we're starting to get pretty good on our blessing levels. And we should get, I think, 2 more shadow tree fragments this episode. At least 2. I know of 2. And we do have 1 left in our inventory. So with those 2, we will have enough to upgrade again. So we should be shadow blessing level 15 when we reach Messmer. So hopefully Messmer shouldn't be too hard with our shadow blessings. And what else did I do between episodes? I'm trying to think. Oh, I also went to Roundtable Hold and bought Commander Gaius's armor. Yep. Because once you beat Gaius, his helmets, armor, and gauntlets are at the round table. His greaves are with his Albinor girlfriend. So we have Commander Gaius's armor now. though I probably won't be using it because it is a really heavy armor set. Like, really heavy. Yeah, like 20 units heavy. Yep. Almost as heavy as the super heavy ones here. But it does get some really nice defenses there. But, so, yep, so I have it. Probably won't be using it, but I got it anyway. I think that was it. I think that's all I did between episodes. And today we're taking on the main path to the Storehouse. Oh yeah, this one's definitely going to be a longer one, I believe, because there's going to be some back and forths between NPCs, some backtracking to grab some items. Yep, and then so main path to the Storehouse. Yep, there should be Onspock should be in here, Freya should be in here. So again, 2 more Shadow Blessings, some Revered Spirit Ashes should be in here. A Talisman or 2. Yep. And at the end will be Messmer the Impaler. Oh yeah. Hopefully we beat him in one go, but I don't get my hopes up for that. Yeah. So this episode might be longer than usual. Yeah. And our equipment for today, basically the same from last episode. Sacred Black Steel Twin Blade with a Giant Hunt, just, to juggle Fire Knights. Bow, Seal, Shield, our Fire Knight get up, Elden Crown, Fire Knight Armor, Gauntlets and Greaves. Dragon Crest Great Shield, 2-handed Sword, Shard of Alexander, and Blessed Blue Dew. Yep. Can't use Torrent in here. Flask is Green Burst and Heart Tier. Ancient Dragon Ball Pot, this might change out. Who knows? Crabs and Ornis. Though I don't think we can summon him anywhere here. Not that I recall. Yep. Here are our stats. Yep. Our Shadow Tree Blessings, 14. Yep. And stats are the same. Spells are the same. And I do have Rykard's Great Rune still active. Yep. So, alright. I think I rambled on long enough, don't you think? Well, we have a storehouse to clear out. And I think we'll start this way. Actually, in fact, we'll start like this. Yep, there's one militia right behind us. Surprise! Oops. I do want to jump up here. Do want to get up here first. Oop. So we can actually get a good view of him. There we go. Take care of one surprise. I think you become hostile. I think he becomes hostile. Picked up a Revered Spirit Ash. Yep. That's our 3rd one, and that should be enough to upgrade the blessing the next level. Is there anything I want to do here? Should go back down, go this way. So we'll start over here first. We'll leave these guys alone unless they get hostile, like this guy. Fireproof liver, definitely come in handy. Definitely use that against Messmer. Bolt Drake Talisman +3. Oh yeah. You can get down here through another way by jumping off the ledges up there. You can jump from there to the bookcase to down. But I find this is probably the better bet. Because I think it's that doorway right there. Yeah, that doorway above our heads is where we came in order to get to the alternate path in the storehouse. Because you take the ladder, there's an elevator that goes up from the church district, then you come out from there, and the gray should be that way, right over there. So, lever, bookcase goes away. Ember, Messmer. Yep, should be. This should take us back to the. Well. Yeah, 'cause if we go this way, Grace should be right there. Yep. Alright. So we did that way, now we're gonna go this way. This. No, sir. That's the running R2. Rune Arc, thank you. We used one last episode. This elevator will take us down to a way out of the keep. This will actually eventually lead us to the Rao ruins. Do I want to do this right now? Not really. No, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll go till we find the next Grace, and then we'll head back. In fact, we want to change weapons. I changed weapons because there should be jar people down here. Yep, jar people. When there's jar people, there's those jar-inert people, and yuck. Burn it with fire. Besides, I haven't used the blasphemous blade in a while, so I might as well pull it out. Yep. Jar innards. Wall of sparks for your perfume bottles. Yep. I honestly don't know what's going on here. I don't know if they're making them or they're trying to help them. We could jump down here if we really want to, but I'd rather come at this from a different way. Okay. Actually, we could probably use our fire coils. Bone shards, sure, why not? Aha. And illusory wall, which has Battlefield Priest Cookbook number 4. Sun Warmth Stones. So an upgraded version of the warming stones. Yep. Yep. Gaius's armor. To be honest, Not really cool looking. Those gauntlets might be cool. They might match well with something. So now we can make sun-warm stones. Sunlight feels all the warmer in darkened lands. Oh yeah. It's got the Earth Tree incantation in the background while this has like the 2 fingers. Alright. Though I'm not quite sure what the heal rate is for it, but I do know it's better. We're out of range. Okay. Guess what? Yes, you can car and retaliate those things. I know. I was surprised the first time I tried it. It's like, you can really car and retaliate those flying meat things? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You'd be surprised what you could car and retaliate in this game. You can car and retaliate, some obvious stuff like the magic missile from Gaius. I'm trying to think what else was surprising to me. Those little meat projectiles. Trying to think what else was there. I don't know. There's some others. Like, you can actually car retaliate some of the Fire Knight weapon arts. Ow. No. Alright. So that way forward, but we want to go this way. Just be careful. She has... I can't remember what she has. There's something she does that's pretty annoying. Trying to figure out what... It can't be all of it. Not bad, not bad. Ah, okay. That's what she does. She summons that little blood pool right below you if you're close enough. Yeah, we have to be close for her to do it. Trying to remember what annoying thing she had, but that was it. If you get close enough, she'll summon that blood pool below you. And it does slow you down, so you gotta be careful. Another Iris of Grace. Anything behind here? Nope. Nothing? Alright. This is a hefty cracked pot. Is that number 10? It's number 10. So now we have all the cracked pots we can carry. Alright. And this should lead to the exit towards the Rao ruins. Some people let me leave. Bunch of small jars. Okay, Okay, there's the grace. I like how there's 3 chairs just kind of staring off that way. Alright, so here's the way out. This will lead us to the Rao ruins, but we're not going to do this. Nope. We gotta go back and do the storehouse. Should I just fast travel? Yeah, sure, why not? We just have to deal with some militiamen again, but... Alright. So we secured the exit. Now let's just... I don't know if I'll either speed it up or what, but... I wanted to sprint. Whatever. We know there's a militiaman around the corner. There's also another one right up there. You have a range limit. Come on, militiamen. I thought you were going to jump down. Thank you. Alright, so I actually want to go this way first. Because... Another Shadow Militiaman. Yep. Around the corner is an ambush, because if instinctually you'll come this way, you'll see the item, like, oh, item, and then you'll come up here, these guys will activate, and then the Shadow Militia guy is going to sneak up on you. Nasty little trap. Fire coil, thank you. Alright. And here we have Sir Ansbach. How you doing, good man? Nose in the books, I see.
Righteous Tarnished. It's been some time. After unburdening my soul to you, I had hoped to make a fresh start. But there was one thought I could not dislodge from my mind. So, here I am. Quite unable to move on.
I see that. I guess you're trying to look for the answers in the books.
After Lord Moke's slaying at his dynastic palace, it appears his body has been absconded with and taken straight to kind Mikola. Surely you recall that I once served Lord Moog as a pureblood knight, after failing him in every regard and losing sight of my vows. I'd do anything to make amends in whatever meager way I can.
Okay.
What could they possibly have in mind for Lord Moog's remains? The implications are rather unnerving.
That is true. What can they do with a demigod's... Not really well, yes, a demigod's body. Because Moog is a demigod with accursed blood at that.
What could they possibly have in mind? The implication...
Alright. So I guess that's all he has to say for now. Yep, so we have to help him find the answer to his question. I think there's another... There it is. Thank you. Alright. So before going up the stairs, we're actually going to go this way, but guess what? Yep, the Fire Knights. Hopefully we can sneak up on them. Nope. Okay. Thought you would go a bit further out, but either way, get juggled. Get juggled. This helmet, thank you. 5 smithing 8s, don't mind if I do. Yeah, the best way I know Fire Knights, just try to get up behind them. Giant hunt. No, sir. Yeah, and I think he's by the stairs here in this little corner. Nothing in here. Yeah. So. Oh. Another Fire Knights. This one should just be right here. Yeah. Fire Knights are strong, but they have really poor vision. Yeah. Poor vision. Beast horns. Fireflies, don't mind if I do. I guess you guys are going to check out the noise. I think that's the way. Is that the way forward? I don't know. I don't think so. I think the way forward's up there. Three fives, sure. I guess they... Dude, you're not supposed to be destroying books. What are you doing? Alright, let's go this way. Oh, another Fire Knight. Alright, what's your patrol path look like? You just gonna walk back and forth? That's what it looks like. Yes, take advantage of their poor vision. Bam. Some shadow militia. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3. At least 3 over there. Okay. Always focus on the Fire Knight first. Alright, I'm going to put down a rainbow stone because this is an important location to keep in mind. We'll come back here later. Yeah, once you hit a switch to move these things, we'll have to come back there. Because we'll be able to get something... Ah, not the table. Alright, so... Oh, they can drop beast horns. Okay, that's good to know. Plus bone shard, sure, why not? Excuse me. I didn't realize these guys also dropped beast horns. It's actually a good thing to know. So I think the only other source would be the animals out in the wilds. Remember this door? Yep, this is a door that cannot be opened from this side or the other side. In fact, on the other side of this door is the elevator down to Commander Gaius. So this just kind of give you an idea of where we are. So. I have a feeling these guys are going to act aggro the moment I take care of him. Yep. Let's get out of there. Okay, this is actually a pretty dangerous. Get ducked. Whew, okay, we got lucky. We got lucky. Alright, for future reference, take care of the little guys first, because I think if we take care of them, the Fire Knight won't aggro. And as you saw, those guys can heal their fellow Shadow People and Fire Knights. So yeah, take care of the Shadow People first before you take on Knights. So, Beast Horns. And again, I think if you take care of the Shadow People first, the Fire Knight won't turn around. I think he turned around because the Shadow People activated. All right. So this level's cleared. Let's move on. Anybody else want to negotiate? Yep. Hop over. Should be what? Fire coils? No, it should be the other dueling shield. Yep. The dueling shield. Similar to the Karian dueling shield, except there's no magic portion to it. So. Though I think. Okay, no. The defenses are a bit weaker, but it's more physical focus, so you might be able to get more out of it. All right. Whoa, camera. Easy there. That was weird. Lump of flesh. I think there's a Fire Knight in here. Okay, we go this way, and we should be able to come up. Yep. Okay, yeah. Backstab, juggle, and then the finisher. I love it. 4 beast horns. Yep. And that item we can't get to until we move these specimens. Yep. If that's the item I said we'll come back to later, well, that's the item we're gonna get. Where I left the prism stone at, that's it. All right, all right, sir, don't mind me. Don't mind me. All right, we have a cross in Mikola. Storehouse cross message. Message left by certain Ansbach addressed to kindred spirits who also pursued Mikola's trail. It would seem that the people of the keep have flooded the holy quarter that leads outward to the Scadu tree, barring access. However, there is no route that leads there from this storehouse. Perhaps there's another way to reach the holy quarter from somewhere else in this keep. Kind of a little hint that says if you want to go out here, you have to find a way outside, which is this entrance here. Another shadow fragment. Should be number 2 we have. Touch cross. Card words coalesce. I abandoned here my arm dextral. Dextral meaning right, on the right side. Yeah, it's the opposite of sinistral. I think we have enough to level up, do we? Yes, we do. Okay. Arcane or mind? Let's go arcane. And with the revered spirit ash, blessing level 7. Nice. We're getting up there. Yeah, because I think the max level for the Spirit Ash Blessing is 10, with the Shadow Blessing as 20. Summoning Pool. Alright, thank you. Free money is free. Stormhawk feathers. Interesting. Yeah, you can't quite see, it's really foggy. Actually, yep, that's actually the main section of the Shadow Keep. That's the arena where you fight the Golden Hippo. That's where the invasion of Letta and Hornsense at. There's the little Scado tree, the small tree in there. I think that's the exit to the Raoul Ruins, I want to say. Going that way? Yeah. Oh yeah. Long way down. Alright. And we have another Fire Knight. Yeah, this one will also spew out wrath from afar. But again, we're going to abuse the line of sight, hopefully to come up behind him on his patrol. There he is. There he goes. Okay, so if we sprint, and we'll get behind him. We're going to backstab. We're gonna juggle, and then we'll finish him off. Easy peasy. Cute. More of those. It's like cremations. I think it was Norse tradition. You put the warriors in the boats with the treasures, and you would send them out to sea, and then you would sink them with fire. I think that's what this is inspired by. Some more fireflies, thank you. Can get down there from over here. Yep, that's scaffolding we get from the alternate path. Yeah. Just to kind of give you an idea of where we are. Thank you. Alright. So before going that way, we're actually going to go this way. I was gonna see what you guys were admiring, but I guess you're admiring the buttresses. They're checking out butts. Holy proof liver. Sure, why not? Secret Rite Scroll. Learn about the secret rite of the Divine Gateway. Few can decipher the scroll which depicts the secret rite of the Divine Gateway, said to be found at the tower enshrouded by shadow. A lord will usher in a god's return, and the lord's soul will require a vessel. I wonder what they're going to do with Moog's body, indeed. Yep, now we have that, we can actually go back to Ansbach. Before that, I want to continue on. Try to find the next grace. Just so I don't have to go through some of these enemies. It's like, I do not want to go down. No, no, no. You can't make me. Red flesh mushrooms. Ember of Messmer. Thank you. Death. Alright. Back inside. Left or right? Let's go right. I mean left. The other right. Just 2 6s, okay. So that was a dead end. Start taking care of these. Yeah. Fire coils, thank you. Nope. You don't see me. I'm just a little bookcase. Alright, let's tank it. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it gets a little nerve-wracking when you miss your giant hunt juggle. Because those fire knights, you know, you see how much they hurt. So we just gotta be careful. 3 7s, don't mind if I do. that, we're back at full health. That's why I love Rykard's Rune. Alright. Silver Foulfoots.
Fickle, fidgety little letters. I should.
Oh, don't come down here. Alright, we're just gonna tank some of these hits if we have to. Alright, that was kind of scuffed. We're gonna ignore the talking voice for right now. Although, actually, we can, nah, we'll ignore it for now.
Will I ever make sense of this jumble?
This is a very dangerous part, because we need to take care of him without alerting him. So, oof. All right. Backstab. Get juggled. And stab. Spirit Calculus. By hunting horned beasts in the ancient ruins of Rao. Has a distinctive acrid? Something odor, which some claim to be a sign of particular spiritual potency. Yep. Alright. Let's go this way. Actually, okay. We'll go up this way first. No, never mind. We'll actually go this way. That should be most of the Fire Knights, if not all of them. Okay, yeah, that's all the Fire Knights. Shadow Realm Rune 5. Pull the lever. This will... cause all the displays to move. And I already know I forgot something. There's another revered spirit ash in here somewhere, and I forgot to grab it. Yep, I forgot it. Alright. I have an idea of where it is. It should be on, I think, that goat. Okay, I'll have to find it. I have to find it. It's in here somewhere. It's on the back of one of the specimens you have to jump to. Oh, it's right here. Never mind. This is it. Yep, there it is. Okay, I knew there was another one. I just didn't know if I passed it up already. Okay. All right, so now we got that. run across. And here we go. Summoning pool. Touch Grace. And then we'll talk to Freya. Hey, Freya.
Oh. Hello. I'm afraid I'm busy. A curse upon my lack of foresight. I should have asked Ansbach to impart his knowledge when I had the chance.
Yeah, because I see you need knowledge, huh? Well, he's in the storehouse, so...
I'm afraid I'm busy. Truly. I should have asked Ansbach to impart his knowledge when I had the chance.
Okay. Alright, let's, Alright, so now... I think that's all Freya has to say for the moment. I think we have to go back to Ansbach in order to get some more out of it. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way. Alright, so... I know I was going the right way. I was going this way. Alright. So now we need to make our way back down to Ansbach. I'm going to hop across. And then we're going to jump onto that guy. So that's the quickest way down to get back to our little stone. Did all the Fire Knights respawn by chance? Did I rest that Grace? Yes, I did. Ooh, boy. There should be a Fire Knight right down there. Alright, this might be dangerous, but we're going to jump. Land on his arm. Yep, Fire Knight. Pearl Drake Talisman +3. I think we can actually jump down here. No, we'll take care of this Fire Knight first. Wow, they have really bad vision. Thank you. Yeah, terrible vision. Terrible vision. Well, luckily for us anyway. Alright, so we're actually gonna drop down again. Because we need to go right down here actually. Alright. Oh, Ansbach, we need you. We need your wise wisdoms.
What could they possibly have in mind for Lord Moog's remains? The implications are rather unnerving.
Okay, so we have a choice. We have options anyway. I recommend telling him about Freya's decision first, just so you don't miss out on this next step. Because I think if you hand him the scroll and you kind of quit out or rest, I think he leaves the storehouse at this point. So we're going to tell him about Freya's decision.
Freya, by the gods. She must be feeling the need to reaffirm her allegiance before she heads to war. A true Redmane she is, hardly troubled by the rot. But no one is without their shortcomings. She has a hard road ahead.
All right.
It does make one think. Perhaps our concerns are but two sides of the same coin.
Do I want to do this right now, or do I want to go back to Freya?
Perhaps our...
Okay. Let's go back to Freya. I want to make sure we get her. Freya?
I'm afraid I'm busy, truly.
Okay, never mind. I think we need to give Ansbach the scroll at this point. Alright. Get some more running around to do. Alright, Ansbach. Sorry about that. I should have handed you the scroll before I left.
It does make... Perhaps I could...
Okay. Hand over secret right scroll.
Well, what's this? Yes. Yes, I should have known. Even the truth was itself mere folly. As if using Lord Moog to gain entrance to the Land of Shadow were not enough. He plans to use his corpse as the vessel of his king consort. He has forsaken Lord Moog's soul. He desires only his empty shell. It beggars belief, but I'm afraid Tender Mikola fails to grasp the humiliation implied by this act. One thing is certain. My dear lord deserved better.
Yeah, Mikola. Blinded by his own ambitions. He'll do anything to achieve his, peaceful world full of love and compassion. Well, I don't want to be a part of that if you trample on everybody else. No, sir.
Righteous Tarnished. You have my gratitude. You have given me the answers I needed, but I can hardly fathom it. Such folly. Unto the end. I am a warrior, but I've aged. I cannot afford to act hastily. Curse it all. I know my limits. I could spend the rest of my life honing my craft, and still that creature would be out of my blade's reach.
Well, it won't be out of our reach. It will be your sword just pointing in the right direction.
The absolute folly of it all.
Okay. Hopefully I did this right. So if we quit out, come back, Ansbach should have thing for Freya. Let's see if I did this right. If I didn't do it right, I'm going to be mad.
Righteous Tarnished. Could you please give this to Freya? Thanks to you, she too will have the answer she requires. Freya possesses a youth I no longer have. This knowledge will surely stoke the flames of valor within her. Yes. I can see her barreling into the fray right now.
Letter for Freya. Okay, good. I did do it right. So you have to tell him about Freya's decision before you hand him the scroll. I think if you hand him the scroll first, he doesn't give us the letter, ending Freya's journey prematurely. So.
Perhaps I shouldn't meddle in her affairs, but this is the only way I can help.
Alright. Is that it?
Perhaps I should. This is the.
Okay. So if we quit out again, he should disappear. Maybe. Okay, not yet. Not yet.
Perhaps I should, but this is the.
Okay. So go up to the 7th floor. A piece of paper folded over so that contents cannot be read. presumably written in answer to her query, but the page is neatly folded to keep prying eyes from reading it. Yep. All right, Freya. I have gained Ansbach's knowledge for you.
I'm afraid I'm busy. Truly. I should have asked Ansbach to impart his knowledge when I had the chance.
Pass on the letter.
From Sir Ansbach? To me? What on earth could it... Oh. Yes. Of course. I see. As the Festival of War concluded, General Radahn's soul met an honorable end, but kindly Mikola wishes to revive it, which is fine by me. I know it would pain old Jeren, but war has always suited General Radahn best, and certainly far more than any honorable death. Endless war to invigorate the soul, as befits General Radahn, the Great Lion.
All right. Which is kind of weird because, Mikola wants, a peaceful world where everyone's loved. And yet Radahn's, the man who's best at war. Endless war at that.
Thank you. Now I finally cast off my misgivings. Give my regards to Honorable Ansbach. Tell him, if we should meet in battle, to face your bow would be fine enough. But to face your blade would be an honor.
Golden Lion Shield.
Brave warrior. Perhaps next time, we too will meet on the battlefield.
Next time, indeed. I think that's all she has.
Brave warrior.
Yep. Oh, Freya. Yep. Next time we meet, we'll be in the field of battle. All right. So with that, let's go back down to Ansbach. Hopefully that will progress him on now. Yeah, I gotta take care of this guy. I probably don't have to, but I'll just be safe. Okay. Hopefully they don't follow us. Mr. Ansbach. Freya sends her regards.
Perhaps I shouldn't meddle in her affairs, but this is the only way I can help.
Yep. Pass on Freya's message.
I should have expected as much from Freya. Some things simply never occur to her. Paralyzing fear. True despair.
Well, she is a warrior at heart, to throw herself headlong into battle.
That's Freya through and through.
Through and through indeed. I think that's everything.
That's Freya.
Yep. So now if we quit out, he should be gone now. Yep, okay, now he's gone. Yep. So, make sure you tell him about Freya's little decision before you give him the scroll, because otherwise that ends that little interaction, prevents that interaction and causes him to leave early, meaning Freya would be stuck in the storehouse, or she'll disappear from the game. Yep. And at this point, there is a second Leda invasion that happens with Ansbach, similar to what happened with Hornsent. Now, the only reason we're not seeing it is because we sided with Hornsent. If we sided with Leda, or if we miss the invasion altogether by, entering Messmer's boss arena first, So if you sided with Leda or found Messmer's boss arena, missing out on the invasion, then a second invasion will happen here, where Leda will then target Ansbach as the next target. So I think he has dialogue about, I think someone coming after him or Leda coming after him. And then at this point, there would be a invasion summon sign, I think in this room, where we can either help Leda kill Ansbach, or we can help Ansbach fight off Leda. So yeah, since we helped Hornsent fight off Leda, she moved on to the end into Inner Ilum. So this invasion doesn't happen. If the invasion did happen, you can either side with Ansbach, you can fight off Leda. I think he'll give you his bow and the Leda's rune, I think. If you side with Leda, you'll get Ansbach's armor set and I think his weapon. Or is his armor set and his bow, I believe, at that point. I think. I'm not quite too sure. I haven't done and helped Leda kill Ansbach. I've done the Ansbach against Leda, but not the other way around. Only because I missed out on the first invasion with Leda and Hornsent, so this invasion showed up for me the first time through. So yeah, so at this point, if you see invasion sign, that means you either helped Leda kill Hornsent or you missed out on that first invasion. So for now, no invasion because we fought off Leda and everyone has moved on. So, yep. So now at this point, I think all the NPC quest lines are basically as far as I've gotten or able to. I think the only one left I have to progress before burning the sealing tree is Hornsent. And his is coming up. All right. So time. We'll keep going until I'll finish. We'll keep going. Yeah, I want to finish up the rest of the storehouse, and then I want to go fight Messmer. So. Thank you. And then we can, I think, go this way. Alright, so now we climb up. Let's just take care of this guy. Just take care of these guys so they don't throw fireballs at us. Across. Alright, so should mostly be done with this. Mostly done with the storehouse. I think there's only one or two items left. Okay, that's actually where we have to go. Across. Nothing in here, but we have Stake of America, just in case. There's that one fire knight in the boats. In fact, this is actually a drop down. Yep, this is a drop down. Yep, drop down here. And grab Impenetrable Thorns. A very powerful sorcery when the DLC first came out. Since been rebalanced. Because in the initial release, that thing could proc bleed so fast. I think multiple times per cast. It's dang. It had like 70 something bleed built up per tick, and it like ticked like 6 times per projectile, and it threw out like 3 projectiles. It was nuts. It was really nuts. Yep. I think at this point we can just fast travel up. Yeah, 'cause that's death that way. We could jump over there, but that would put in line of sight of the Fire Knight, and I don't want to do that. So I think we'll just fast travel back to the 7th floor. Okay. Yeah, we'll just fast travel back. Yep. Fast travel back, take care of this Fire Knight. Hopefully not mess up my parries. What you gonna do? There we go. Thank you. Yes. Me and that Fire Knight are gonna have some quality time. I think he's the best Fire Knight to farm the Fire Knight short sword. It's a dagger class weapon. I think he's the best one to farm it from. He's the one that's closest to a grace that you can just almost fell off. So he's the closest one to a grace that you can just quickly farm him for. So, and I do like the Fire Knight short swords. They're pretty fun to use. Bull rush. Okay, so we have a room, and then we have a Fire Knight. He won't activate till we start crossing the bridge, but we'll take care of him first. So I'll just crouch behind here, come up here, and just wait. Yes, for detection purposes, these things are solid. They're not see-through like this. All right, so you're a bit tougher than the rest of them. But you also have 65 stance, so he drops the winged serpent helm and the flame spear, Ash of War. Yep. And as far as I know, he doesn't respawn, so once you take care of him once, you're good. War to especially valorous members of Radahn's personal guard on the occasion of its found formation. Yep. It's an okay medium shield, not the best. Roaring Bash is probably a really strong bash. Yep. The image of the twisted scatter tree is an edict. Denounce their ways, do them harm, for they have abandoned us. Helm of Kood, captain of the Fire Knights. Yeah, the winged serpent's token creature of Messmer's military force is a wise friend which keeps the base serpent at bay and holds its power in check. It's a lot more to that than you think. Thank you. Embers of Messmer. All right. I think that's everything in the storehouse, as far as I know anyway. At least that I remember. I'll probably double check to make sure. And this way to Messmer. Scatter tree fragment. And Grace. All right. The door to Messmer's arena. Once you open the door, the boss fight will activate. So, yeah, so do the Horn Sentinel invasion if you want to do that before you open this door. So otherwise, once that happens, once you open this door, that invasion goes away. Alright, so don't need those. We'll keep that out, though we probably won't use it. We'll use our Fire Knight Greatsword. I will change the Ash of War. We'll probably be two-handing. We might be using the Ash of War and Green Turtle. I think so. I think this is good. Okay. Shadow Blessing level 15. Nice. Better than 12, but take whatever we can get. Put Giant's Hunt on here. Sacred. Not gonna need that. Not gonna need that. Could try and rot him, but nah. Basic fisticuffs. I think that's good. Now we'll get regular lightning spear. Flask. All right. Fire Coils ain't gonna do anything against him because he's pretty resistant to fire. Well, because he's Messmer the Impaler. Could do a fireproof pickle. Fireproof liver. Although I think he does a good balance between physical and fire, so. No, we'll. What do I want to use? I don't think he can be slept. Yeah, I think he's least resistant to holy. I think he has a 0% damage negation to holy. I'm trying to think if it was thrust or strike. He's also 0% negation to. I think it's thrust. Yeah, I like that. We could try and freeze him. Although hefty pots do have a pretty long animation. Or we can stick with daggers. No, to keep stance build up. Alright. I think we're good. I don't think we'll need to summon Ornus. I do plan on summoning Hornsent. He does have dialogue in regards to the fight. We will try to keep him alive as well. I think we're good. Let's put on our pickled fire. Alright. I think we're good. Alright, so I will summon Hornsent, although I might be a bit tricky to summon him the first go around. Because the first time you enter, there's a cutscene, and you end up in the middle of the arena, and Hornsent's summon sign is going to be by the door here. So it's going to be a bit tricky to get to it. So I might have to probably sacrifice the opening attack in order to summon Hornsent. So yeah, so Hornsent can bleed Messmer. and I'm going to focus on stance break. Yep, Giant's Hunt, no charge attacks kind of thing. Hopefully we can stance break him at least once, maybe twice. Hopefully. So yeah, this might take more than one attempt because Messmer is difficult. He's not, he's hard, but he's not challenging. Well, or is it the other way around? Challenging, but not hard. I don't know. He's not easy, I'll say that. He does mix up, he has delayed attacks, which I am terrible at, so I'll probably get smacked by those. And he also has some pretty quick ones as well that he'll mix in there. But for the most part, he shouldn't be too bad. Once you get, his combos tend to have like a rhythm to it, so once you get that rhythm down, you should be okay. So the key is just to kind of, attack at the end of his combos. I think he has a 120 stance, I believe. So with the Colossal Weapon and Giant's Hunt, only need like three or four. But we'll probably go like Giant Hunt here and there. We'll see what happens. All right, so let's just get this over with. This might take a few tries. All right, so we'll drink, we'll eat, we'll bow, two-hand, and let's go.
Mongrel intruder. That tarnished, it seemeth. Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light? Yet, my purpose standeth unchanged. Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Where's the door? Here it is. Okay.
Messmer! Foe of my beloved people! In vengeance for the flames, my blade I lead!
Yeah, that's a quick attack I'm not really good at. Yep, there's the delays. Nice. Good damage, good damage. Messmer can kill Hornsent.
Not suffer. A lord devoid of light. No, mother. Forgive me. soon tarnished. Wilt thou be taken in the jaws of the abyssal serpent, shorn of light?
Alright. I'm probably gonna get hit by this. Nice. Really? Already? Ah. Oop. Coming, horse scent. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Yeah, because horn scent. I mean, Messmer can kill horn scent pretty easily.
America, a curse upon thee.
Remembrance of the Impaler and Messmer's kindling. Kind of went the way I kind of expected. Although, if Hornsent did live, he does have other dialogue. Basically saying, you know, kind of putting Messmer down, like, you know, like, this is have a taste of your own medicine kind of thing. So, yeah. The fact that he lived this long was actually pretty good. But yeah, Messmer can and will kill summons. Yeah. There is another summon you could summon. You could have summoned Knight Yolan. She was actually available to us as well. But you can only she's also in the boss arena as well by the door next to Hornsent. But you can only summon one at a time. I think you can actually only summon one, period. You can't summon them both. So, oops. My Kleenexes fell. So, yeah, I'm kind of sad that Hornsent died right at the end, too. But anyway, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. But, yep. Since we summoned Hornsent, well, actually, no. Yeah, we actually want... We'll tag the Grace. Yeah, you saw Messmer. He's not easy. I mean, we almost died. Like, after the phase transition, the cutscene phase transition, I was lucky enough to dodge the snake fireball, because I tend to always get hit by that. I got lucky there. But the unlucky part was that he then decided to go on his little rampage attack right afterwards. He doesn't usually do that. He usually does that when he has about a quarter health left. So we got unlucky that he decided to do that earlier. So, hence why I kind of panicked there. It's like, oh crap, took me by surprise. So, let's top off. Yep. Still kind of bummed that Hornsent died, because I wanted to get that dialogue exchange. But anyway. Yep. So yeah, I stuck with the Colossal Sword for stance break. Hornsent, bleed. So, oh well. We'll rest. And here's Hornsent. Or do I want to... I'll hold on to it, because I want to buy some stuff. Hey, Hornsent. Alright. How you doing, buddy?
We meet again, I see, comrade in arms. Upon his end. Did you see Messmer's face? 'Twas sublime. A very tangle of snakes. To think he dared call us savages, when he himself was most base of all.
I don't know. It seems like I don't know. I think there's more to the story than we know.
To say the least. I am to you indebted, yet unquenched remains my thirst for revenge. The death of Messmer was merely the start. Now comes the Piper to collect from America, her offspring, and all the Earth Tree's denizens, in vengeance for the flames. My blade I wield, if Miquella's redemption soothes the ache that throbs within, demanding blessed vengeance, and I wish not to be by him redeemed.
Leto was right. Revenge changes the man. Yep.
If Miquella's redemption soothes the ache, and I wish...
That's it. Oh, horn scent. Yep. This is a no combat zone, so you can't kill him here. All right. And that should be the last step in his quest line. He has one more that's at the end. Yep. If we rest again, he should be gone. Yep. All right. So we got that dialogue because we summoned him during the fight. So as long as you summon him during the fight, he doesn't have to live. But if you summon him, Hornsent will kind of, never quench his vengeance kind of thing, and he'll actually become an invader for us in the Rao ruins. If we didn't summon him, he would eventually be in the Leda fight. So, yeah. So, good thing I summoned him here, because I don't want to have more in that fight than there already is. Because right now, if everything goes the way I planned, it's going to be a 4 against 3. Yep. It'll be Leda, Dryleaf Dane, Moore, and Freya against me, Ansbach, and Tholier. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be a fun fight. Though I do have a plan for that one. Depending on how good it is, I don't know. I do have a plan, but Moore is going to be the... Moore, yeah. Moore is going to be the real challenge in that fight. But anyway, I digress. And actually, with that, go right here, right into the middle. All right. And with that, I'm going to call it an episode. We've officially finished up the Shadow Keep. Yep. Started out on the main first floor. Yep. Didn't get very far until we found the exit into the Rao ruins. Though I went down to the next grace that will lead across the bridge to the ruins, but I didn't actually cross it yet. So, found the exit out to the ruins, came back, cleared out the first floor, where we found the Bolt Drake Talisman +3 and Sir Ansbach. He was putting his nose to the books in order to answer a question he had. Like, what did Miquella do with Moog's body? Or Moog's body was absconded with, pretty much taken. So Ansbach was trying to figure out why they did it. So we climbed up the storehouse, grabbed a revered spirit ash, fought through some knights. Well, we fought, air quotes. We more or less just, backstabbed them, juggled them, and then stabbed them. And that's the easiest thing to do with Fire Knights. Just, don't fight them. Backstab them if you can, juggle them when you can, and then just finish them off quickly. They can be parried, as I've shown, though if you don't get that first parry off, they're gonna be combo machines, so just be prepared. Yep, so killed some Fire Knights, some Shadow People, collected some Revered Spirit Ashes, found a cross of Miquella where he abandoned his right hand, and a Shadow Tree Fragment. continued up. Moved the... Actually, where did we go? I'm trying to remember. So the fourth floor had the cross. So we went outside in order to go up. Where we eventually moved the specimens on the inside. That allowed us to go even higher to the 7th floor. We actually hopped back down to grab the Pearl Drake Talisman +3. So I think we have all but one of the DLC talismans. Or the defense talismans, anyway. So +3, +3, +3, +3. So yeah, the Holy One's actually in the Hinterlands. So we should be getting that one next episode, I believe. So, yep. Climbed up the storehouse, found the secret right scroll, which details why Mikla took Moog's body. Yep. But we didn't give it to him immediately. We continued climbing up to the 7th floor, where we found Freya, who's also trying to find answers through the books. Yep. So we went back to Ansbach, told her about Freya's, the decision, trying to, find answers kind of thing. Then we gave him the scroll. He figured out what Mikla was going to do with Moog's body. What else did he do? And then Ansbach gave us a letter that we gave to Freya, who kind of answered her questions or resolved her concerns. Anyway, yep, she gave us a shield, her shield anyway. Yep, and then they both left on their journey. Then we continued climbing the storehouse, fought through some more fire knights, grabbed the impenetrable thorns as sorcery, which we won't be using, even though it's pretty good. I'm trying to think of what else we gathered. We also killed the captain of the fire knights. I think Kood? Kood was his name? Helm of Kood. Yeah, I'm just going to call him Kood. Yep. Took care of him. Got his helmet in Ash of War. Then we found another shadow fragment, and then we've made our way here to Messmer's boss arena. Oh yeah. And then we came inside, saw a cutscene, and we beat up Messmer. Luckily. First try. Luckily. It was actually kind of hit or miss there during the second phase, where he did his little frenzy attack. Frenzy snake thing. Yeah, he got us down pretty low. I did summon Hornsent, hoping to keep him alive during the whole fight, but he died near the end, unfortunately. So we missed out on that little dialogue he has. He has a little line or two when you beat Messmer and he was still alive, but it's more of him kind of like, telling Messmer this is what it looks like, kind of taste of your own medicine kind of dialogue. But and then we talked to Hornsent, sent him on his merry way, and that was it. Did a whole lot this episode, whole lot. That's why it's going on way longer than usual. But I'd rather get it all done in one episode because I want Messmer at the end. Yep, looking snazzy too with our great sword. Yep. Oh, let's check out Messmer. Remembrance of the Impaler. Yep, a malevolent snake writhed within Messmer, and so his very mother plucked out his eye and put it in its place a seal of grace. Yet having done so, her fear compelled her to secret away her child within the realm of shadow. Hidden away, keeping company with the original sin and a hatred that would not be confined. Oh yeah. The Remembrance gives us a great spear and a incantation. We'll definitely grab the incantation, and I'll probably grab the spear just to, play around with it. We can also buy his boss armor at Enya in the Round Table Hole now, so I will probably go and grab those as well. Messmer's Kindling. Use or burns the sealing tree. Yep, the kindling that burned inside Messmer the Impaler. A dark thing eaten away by a wicked serpent. burns the sealing tree said to be found at the old Rao ruins. Messmer, much like his younger sister, bore a vision of fire. Yep, and that last line there ties him with Melina, because she bore a vision of fire. Yep, no, the burning of the Ur tree. Yep, so that puts Melina in the family tree of America. Yep. All right. And next episode, I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure we're going to do the Hinterlands. Yes, we'll probably start here, clear out this little area, and then we'll go this way. We'll skip this just at start, but we'll go this way. There's going to be a whole bunch of finger creepers. There's going to be a falling star beast, finger creepers, lampreys, and at the center is a finger ruins that Count Emir wants us to visit, to blow the whistle at. So I expect we'll get another talisman there, probably with the cerulean seed +1 probably, because the other one gave us the crimson seed. So yep, so we'll do that next. And then after that, we'll probably just finish up Ymir's quest line at that point. Because, yeah. Actually, depending on how long the Hinterlands will take, will depend on if we do the last step in Ymir's quest line that episode. Because to be honest, I'd rather have Ymir's little thing self-contained as well. If we don't get next episode, then it's going to be his own little thing. So, which includes another boss fight, which I'm not as confident in, but it shouldn't be too hard. The biggest problem is going to be the second phase, but I do have a plan to deal with that. But we'll see. So yeah, next episode, Hinterlands. And then after that, we'll probably do this lower plateau area. Start here, clear this place out, follow the river down. There should be like a mausoleum over here, the last mausoleum. And then there should be like a village tucked in this little valley here. There should be some hippos and the entrance to a catacombs down here. Yep. So that'll be after the Hinterlands. So that's the plan so far. But again, that's all going to be for another episode. And I thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time.